Today is third day in February 2026, and we received this water kefir. It's Florida Sun Kefir. I figure since I'm in Florida, it makes sense to go local. And so here's just the pamphlet stuff that we received in the mail, so you can read it over if you'd like. I'm not following these exact instructions because I did get on ChatGPT, watch some YouTube videos, and decided to make a compilation of my own, what I want to do. So just so you can see what this says though. I think the instructions are right here if you want to read that over. And yeah, so this is for the second batch, but that's not for right now, but just so you can see, like, I'm going to use a bigger container for that. For this first batch, I taped with some packing tape the instructions from a little piece of paper and pen, the instructions of what I'm going to be doing today. Okay, so and I have this spring water, the Zephyr Hills. I just poured it out a glass, 1 cup. So it says 1 cup, and it might be, let's see, get to eye level. It's slightly below, so I can just add a smidge more, and that's good. Okay, because I'm not going to be putting 2 cups of spring water in. Instead, it's not on the instructions, but I just decided I would do, it has some trace minerals, and trace minerals is one of the things that you can put in here. So it says a pinch of baking soda in here. So this is 1/8 of a teaspoon, and I'm putting less than that in here. And that's all I want to put in, actually. I'm just gonna, okay. And then it also says to use some trace minerals. So I was trying to figure out what do I want to use. This is kind of older, so I'm not going to use that. The sea salt, it's McCormick. I actually tried to get pink Himalayan salt because I have a giant thing of sea salt, and the shopper thought to give me sea salt grinder instead of pink Himalayan because they're out. I would have gotten them a different type of pink Himalayan salt if it were me. But anyway, so I just decided to go with the Celtic sea salt. It's unrefined mineral sea salt. It says you can put minerals. What trace minerals are is, when I looked it up online, it says that it takes out the sodium, I think the sodium chloride from the salt, which this has, I think, 70 something minerals in it. Pink Himalayan has 84. People like to say Celtic salt or Celtic sea salt is one of the best salts in the world. But, and this I think is from France. But anyway, it doesn't really matter that much. Just put some salt in there if you want to. Because these are the extra optional things that I have on here. And I'm actually going to cover it a little bit different. So even though it's for a little bit later, I'm going to show you it now. But this, I don't want flies or anything getting through. They did it to my kombucha, which I'll show you that another day. We have another one growing up here. They're doing really well. But instead I'm going to use a paper napkin and this, because this is too thin. Like, there's too many holes, so something small can get into it. But you do want it to have aeration rather than having this airtight lid, which is going to create pressure. Later on, some people like to have like pressurized kombucha or pressurized, they want the fizz. Me, I'd rather have it where they're doing well and they're happy in an environment that's not pressurized. So anyway, what we're doing with this water kefir is we already have 1 cup of the spring water, and I'm going to, it says 1 to 4 cups because this is saying to do 4 cups, 30 to 32 ounces. But when I looked it up on ChatGPT, they were saying an ultra concentrated growth mixture would be just using 1 cup. So I'm gonna go in between and use 1 cup spring water and 1 cup coconut water. So let's just pour that out right now. And I'm gonna get eye level so I can see what I'm doing here. And I don't know that this is the best coconut water because I don't always drink it. Okay, it does have some organic sugar and ascorbic acid. Okay, I could have used the other one. In fact, let me check the other coconut water and see if it's better. No, this one has pulp, and unfortunately, I think we only have 2 kinds of coconut water. This one has pulp, so that's not gonna work. Okay, so that's fine. All right, so what we're gonna do is now I'm adding the small stuff in first. So right here I have 4 tablespoons of sugar. If you look on here, it's tablespoons, TBSP, rather than the TSP, because people get confused. This is a teaspoon. There's 3 of these and 1 of these. Okay, so I'm just going to scoop this out and put it in here. Maybe this wasn't the best container to put it in. I would have just put it in one by one, but because I'm doing this, I try to have everything kind of prepped for the video, because I figured doing this, we got Aunt Susan some gifts for her birthday. One of them was the water kefir. She didn't actually want the kombuchas, so we canceled some of her stuff that we were getting her. Anyway, so I thought I'd do it for her and also to post this online as well. I'm just gonna turn this around so you can kind of see what's happening here. This is really sugary, and I had 2 teaspoons in water that I was gonna melt to melt the sugar first, but I just decided to do it this way, so that's okay, without melting the sugar, which I don't know which is better, to melt it so it dissolves properly. But I'm just going to keep stirring it, and I'm gonna add some of this coconut water. So the next thing that we're going to do, now that we're done with the brown sugar, and the sugar that I used is this organic brown sugar that I got from Costco. We actually ordered something else, but we ended up getting this because it was a substitution. They didn't have, we wanted the white sugar because for the SCOBYs, the giant thing, but now we have a giant thing of brown sugar, which SCOBYs kombuchas don't really like that much. So we're just gonna give them half of it with cane sugar, which it should be fine. So now that it's kind of dissolving a little bit, I already took like a big spoon to this. This is a small spoon, but I went like this around the edges to loosen it, and it already popped. So, because we just ordered this from Instacart, because I read the first thing on there and it said it needed it. So, this is what we're gonna do, is just stir it around a little bit so we can get the molasses off of here. And I wanted blackstrap unsulfured. Organic's the best with the blackstrap molasses. But Walmart delivery, because we also use that, was going to take 2 days to deliver it. That was from the inorganic, because I found one for like $15 for 32 ounces, which is really good. It was 14 something. But the organic for half the size was like 12. And I didn't check that one because I was like, we're just going to use Instacart and get it today. But no one that's local nearby has it, other than like long distance fee ones. So I thought, okay, we'll just get this Grandma's. It is all unsulfured, so that's the magic key thing that you need it to be unsulfured with the, and that's fine enough there with the molasses. This is non-GMO, so that's good, but it's not organic, but that's okay. Okay, so next off, we have all this kind of done, so let's kind of square that away for now. I'm just gonna have that on the edge. All right, so we don't need this. This we're done with. So I just took out a date to show you guys. These are sugar crystals on the date. I wouldn't wash them off because it just has a lot of sugar on it. So that's from, I can show you. These just precipitated a lot of sugar in them for some reason. Which normally that doesn't happen because we've gone through lots of dates. I don't know where my father got this because he's always bringing dates and figs and different stuff, but you can see there's a lot of sugar crystals in this one. So I do give them a rinse, but my mom just eats them like that. For this, I'm not giving it a rinse. I just, how I cut it, this is actually the cuttings of just, I'll eat that later. This is the cuttings of just one date. I cut them lengthwise so that I can take it out, separate it easily from the kefir. So this is what the water kefir looks like. And I'm just going to add the water kefir to this, and I have a nice little small spoon so you can kind of just going to get it in there. And I wasn't sure whether to put this in first or to do the dates, because I figured the dates might go to the bottom, but this is a little bit smaller, so we're just gonna go with these first. And this is taking a lot longer to do in a video. Maybe I talk too much, I don't know. But okay, so that's probably about good. I can get the rest of them up later. But for the most part, they're in here. There's some on the lid, so we might get that in as well. And good thing I didn't add all of the coconut water because it might be too high. Like the lid might, well, we're not using the lid, we're using cheesecloth instead. That will be the lid. Okay, so I'm putting that in there. And I kind of don't want to put too much more in here. So I was gonna see how much to fill it up, but I guess like that will be good. Okay, so now that we have that, that's about good. So you don't want to continuously stir it. In about a day, I'll stir it again. And I can do another video on how this is, like an updated video or something. But what I'm gonna do is probably like, this will be good. Something like that. So I can see the instructions. And yeah, so I eat vegan, so I want to have kefir. It's hard to find, so this is a good alternative, I was thinking. And yeah, so this is the finalized product. I'd rather bring the camera to it rather than pick it up, just because it's I put it a little higher than, it's fine. It's about up to here, so it should be fine. I can carry it around a little bit just to put it, store it in a place. But you want it in a warm place, just stored away. You can put it in the cupboard or something, but I might just leave it out on the counter. It should be fine. So some are floating, some are at the bottom. But yeah, so this is our Florida Sun kefir, and that's all for now. All right, bye for now.